Well, from panic buttons to metal detectors, schools are adding new safety tools this year.
But which ones actually work? Well, here to share some insight and give tips on what schools and parents can do to reduce school violence is Pam Revels, president of the National Association of School Resource Officers. Pam, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this morning.
Of course. So what are some of the most important steps schools can take to improve overall safety?
Well, first of all, I would like to say, SROs across the country, I think they would echo, we are excited and we are ready to get back to school to see our young people, and us working together with our school staff to ensure the fidelity of the safety practices that we have in place and the procedures is number one. And then you go to the prevention and intervention, and of course, with that SRO on campus, you have that ready and tactical person that's going to be able to handle that threat to those students, staff, just school community in general.
And so how effective are these new tech options like the panic buttons?
Well, I think it goes back to when you talk about technology and anything, it's an enhancement. And it goes back to the fidelity of the processes and then the building of the positive relationships. SROs go in, they mentor, they guide, they do safety classes for our young people so that they can be better citizens and keep themselves safe. So it's a combination of these relationships, culture, and climate, and it's all working together. And then you can add some of these enhanced features, but you can't go wrong with the safety of, exterior doors being locked, interior doors being locked, and, these basic principles.
What role do school resource officers play in preventing and responding to these types of situations?
It's a partnership. We have to work side by side with our educator to identify if there are possible concerns to our campus. And then when you are building these trusting relationships with the young people, they come and tell you, hey, there's something going to happen over here. And then you can go and have the opportunity to prevent and intervene. So there isn't the response like we've seen across the country. But, that's the combination of the NASRO benchmark SRO, who is carefully selected, specifically trained, and properly equipped, in combination with our triad, which is law enforcement officer, public safety educator, mentor, and former counselor. So that, in combination with that educator working together, makes for a much safer campus.
Absolutely. And some schools and even state governments are now banning phones during the school day, especially here in Ohio. That's something new. How can that impact safety during a crisis?
Well, our districts and our local schools, they try very hard to reduce distractions to the education environment. And so just with cell phones, we've seen over time that has become a distracted piece of that pie. And so to reduce that, there's more learning in the classroom, less distractions, so we can go forward and do what we need to do, and that is help our young people be successful and go forward in life to be and do whatever they can do and be.
And lastly, for parents who may be concerned, how can schools make sure they're communicating during emergencies if students don't have their phones?
Again, our schools are out there doing a really good job of building those processes and making sure that they're intact to make sure that when this introduction of the new policies and procedures come out, that they are right in line so they don't skip a beat, to make sure that our parents are right there with us going forward with safety for our young people. Because when they come on our campus, it's about them being mentally, emotionally, and physically well, and then leaving the same way, except smarter. And that's what we do together as SROs, educators, and our families and our communities.
All right, Pam, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and I just want to say thank you to all those communities out there and parents who support us and support their educators and support their kids, we thank you.